That is a potential upside of 756%. Now, I will tell you. All right, welcome to Talking Investing. As always, this is not financial advice. We're here to talk about all things investing. Just a little info on myself. I have a background in accounting. I was a CPA. I've been working with numbers for 30 plus years. I've also been a retail stock trader for the last couple of decades. So my goal on this channel is to share my thoughts and experience with you, and hopefully we can all make some money together. I'd like to also take a moment to ask you to please subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you would. I got sick for a few weeks and was unable to make any videos, and we very much got out of the YouTube algorithm. So every new subscriber, every like that we get, and every comment helps us quite a bit get back into the algorithm, and it's free to you, and I guess I would consider it a Christmas present to us. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than usual. I am going to make a few stock picks on today's video, including a stock that I have never talked about on this channel before. So stick with us for that later in the video. But first I want to talk a little bit about 2022. This channel started in 2021, and I'd like to thank all of my subscribers. I have an incredible subscriber base of very thoughtful people, and a lot of good question and answering goes on. I also have a Discord, which at the moment is free to join. There are some upgraded levels that give you extra services, but the Discord is free to join. We're just about up to 200 members, and we are having a spectacular conversation on there. I'm new to Discord. I'm enjoying it immensely. So again, there's a free link below if you would like to join that. I just want to take a minute and talk about some enhancements we're looking to do for the channel in the year 2022, and then I'll get to a few of my stock picks. In 2021, particularly over the last several months, we have really focused on Bitcoin and the Bitcoin miners. That is something that I follow extremely closely. So I do videos on Bitcoin every day, and I do standalone videos on most of the large publicly traded North American Bitcoin miners. There are several left that we can talk about. There's new miners going public all the time. So the group of miners is getting bigger and bigger and bigger and harder to manage. So fortunately, I'm able to do this all day, so I have the time to research all these. So having said that, we will be sticking with Bitcoin and the Bitcoin miners in 2022. That will always be a big part of our channel, but there's really three pieces of our channel that we're going to focus on in 2022. So Bitcoin and the Bitcoin miners being one of them, but there's two different types of stocks, if you will, that I follow closely and hold. So I'd like to share more information in the year 2022 on those sectors and on those stocks. So I'm going to tell you what they are right now. The first one is the EV sector. And I know that the EV sector is a very popular sector. It's a very crowded sector on YouTube. But I will tell you that in addition to looking at the large cap EV stocks, which I do, I really specialize in a lot of small cap EV stocks. And I will tell you, there are dozens and dozens of small cap EV stocks that got absolutely wiped out in the year 2021. Now, some of those got wiped out for good reason. You know, the number of EV companies that came onto the market in the last 18 months is stunning. So there was a very large volume of stocks, a lot of which, in my personal opinion, just did not really have a strong business model and/or didn't even really have a product. So I will talk about those as well, stocks to avoid. I also want to do some more of that in the year 2022, is talk about protection. As we have these ebbs and flows in the stock market, I'd like to focus some more time on stocks that I feel are very much overvalued, not just the stocks that I feel are undervalued, because I do use through options. I don't like to short stocks, but through options, through put options, I do like to play stocks that I think are massively overbought. So that's a new element I'll be bringing to the channel. So we have the Bitcoin miners, and now I'm adding the EV sector. And again, I'm going to focus on small cap EVs. We'll have conversations about the large caps, and obviously you guys all know what they are, but there's a lot of small cap EV and EV related stocks that are very much under the radar, that are down 50, 60, 70, 80% in the year 2021. So again, some of those deserve that, and they're probably never coming back. Others of those just got dragged down with the tide, and I think they are due for some massive upside in the year 2022. So I'd like to share more of that with you and talk more about those stocks. The third thing that I focus on in my investing personally is small cap, high growth stocks. So this is another sector that got absolutely destroyed in the year 2022. So at the end of 2020 and the beginning of 2021 in January and February, a lot of these stocks ran up to the moon, way past any reasonable valuation. So a lot of these stocks deserve to come back down to earth, but instead of coming back down to earth, these stocks just almost unilaterally absolutely crashed. Whether it was the good stocks or the bad stocks, the investment community did not seem to differentiate, and the whole small cap, high growth sector just got destroyed. So a lot of you probably traded in that earlier in the year if you've been a trader for a while, and you know that in March, April, May, there was some very, very ugly months for those stocks. I've been weeding through all of those stocks that got destroyed, and I have found a significant amount of them that I believe are an incredible value and are incredibly oversold right now. And I'd like to get to them fairly quickly over the next 2 weeks, because I will tell you, I do see a lot of these bottoming out, and a lot of them have secured a bottom, and they are just starting to turn around right now. So, I've kind of averaged in over the last 6 months on a lot of these, but, if you guys can get in now, you'll be in better than I am. And like I said, I will be mentioning 2 of these stocks later in the video, because I just want to give you guys an indication of what is to come. There were a lot of very popular growth stocks on YouTube, especially over the last year. There have been thousands and thousands of videos made on them, but a lot of these got abandoned and they've been left for dead. So it's my goal to try to weed through these, pick the winners, and I will be doing videos on these on a regular basis. So hopefully you guys can use my due diligence as a jumping off point. And obviously this is not financial advice. So, you need to do your own due diligence and dig into these. And you don't necessarily want to buy every stock that I'm buying. But I will tell you that everything that I put forward is something that I own. So I've put my money where my mouth is on these. And if I talk about it on this channel, I have a high level of conviction. Also, to let everybody know, I focus on long-term trading. So I'm looking for stocks that are a great value right now, that are going to have the potential to double or triple or quadruple over the next 1 or 2 or 3 years. So a lot of what I talk about, you're not going to get a pop 3 days later. The other thing that I will mention is I like to go through options. So there are times where I see a short-term option. So that's another piece of what we'll be doing on the channel. So a lot of you may not be comfortable trading in options. So most of my content is about stocks, and they are mostly about stocks that I have a high level of conviction in over the long term. Those are some of the changes that I'm looking to make on the channel. So having said that, let's talk about a couple of stocks in specific. The first stock I want to talk about is a stock called Romeo Power. Romeo develops and sells lithium-ion battery packs, and they sell these mainly for commercial vehicles. So Romeo came across some tough times in 2021. They ran into some major supply chain issues. So I just want to show you a little bit of what happened to this company. It's trading at $4.17. So to go back to where it was trading in June of this year, that would be a 157% increase in the price of this stock. To go back to where they were trading in January of this year, which was almost a year ago now, that would be a 482% increase in the price of this stock. To go back exactly 1 year to December 24th of last year, that is a potential upside of 756% on this stock. Now, I will tell you, I'm not looking so much at this $39 price point. I think this was a part of the overexuberant buying in the small cap high growth area, and this one is also an EV related stock. So I think this got like a double pump and ran to a place that was unreasonable. However, having said that, to go back to these January levels when this stock had kind of self-corrected, that is still a 439% potential upside. And I definitely think over a 1 to 3 year time period, depending on how long it takes them to get their supply chain back on track, I think there is this level of upside on this stock. The downside to this stock would be if they were never able to fix their supply chain issue. Obviously, there's always the potential that they could fail. Having said that, their last quarter was a big improvement, And so this is a stock. I will do a standalone video on this. If you want to watch, I have already done some videos on this. So I'll put a card and a link for you guys to click through and check out my last Romeo video. But this is a stock I have a very, very high level of conviction in. Again, this is not financial advice. You guys have to decide if this works in your portfolio. But this is one of my larger positions. Lastly, I want to talk about a stock that I have never mentioned on this channel since we started. So this is a brand new pick, and I will be doing a standalone video on this company in the next 1 to 2 weeks because I think it's important to get that out there right now. The name of this company is CuriosityStream. Stock ticker is CURI. This is just what it sounds like. It is a streaming company. These guys stream educational content for the most part. They're very similar to the Discovery Channel in a lot of ways. It's a lot of nature and science and informative videos, and this falls into my small cap, high growth sector. So Romeo Power and Curiosity Streams, those are my two stock picks for this. I will be doing standalone videos on them. Curiosity Streams is a company I have never mentioned on the channel before, so that is a new one. I have a lot of other companies that I have not yet mentioned on this channel, so that's a part of what we're going to bring into the year 2022. So hopefully I've done a good job of describing what our plans are for the channel. We do hope to make a lot of enhancements and a lot of improvements. And we had a great 2021. And I want to thank all of our subscribers so much. And I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays, whatever you may celebrate. And please, everybody, enjoy and be safe. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much.